these are related to this, and we are getting closer to what we are talking about. How many?
Still just want to talk about it. Yes.
That's again, okay, that's my interpretation. You may correct me, I'm not saying that I have to
We'd like to hear that.
Yes. Yes, but now or later?
Now or later, I think.
Yes, but before we do that, let me just say one more thing and then see. Also, you must tell me when we must have to take a break. You will remind me. But before we take a break, I want to say a couple of more things. First of all, how many of you are familiar with a novel, a famous novel by Fyodor Dostoevsky, the Russian writer, which is called Crime and Punishment? Crime and Punishment. That's a famous. Has anybody? You've read it? Okay. Well, maybe in Poland. Sophia, you said also no. But it's a long novel, but I recommend it. Remember, Dominica, what happens in that novel?
Yeah, or maybe others.
Yes.
A man kills a woman with an axe.
Yes, with an axe. To steal money, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he tries to hide it. He does everything to hide it.
His conscience.
Yeah, his conscience is not clear enough to live with it. And then he, I guess, some policeman finds out that he done that, and he's sent to Russia, to Siberia to work there. He meets his love of his life there, and I don't know if they got it.
But I think I'm not sure you remember correctly. I think he's not found. He himself cannot stand it and confesses. I'm not sure they find out that the policeman. Maybe they have some suspicions, but I think he himself says that because, like Rick said, he cannot live with the conscience of what he did. And Dostoevsky was a Christian. A Christian, a Russian Orthodox Christian, and also it's a Christian ending. At the end, he reads the gospel in Siberia, and well, he meets this woman too, and he's happy because he has confessed his crime. Crime and punishment, and crimes and misdemeanors, crime without punishment. Crime without punishment. So we have moved a long way from a situation where you cannot avoid punishment, from a situation where you have crime without punishment. And the other film, Match Point, the hero at the beginning reads Crime and Punishment. The film starts and he reads crime. So Woody Allen is reflecting on this. So why am I saying all this? I'm saying this because what we're worried about is whether we can, I'll turn the screen on, and screen, okay, screen, white, no, not black. Screen, white screen.
Unblack.
Okay, unblack.
Or unwhite.
Not unwhite.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Look at 2. Why should one adopt a moral stance? I make it very strange. I mean, the formulation is difficult. Why should one be moral? Why should one be moral? Why should one respect the rules of morality and not commit a crime, not violate these rules, not kill people, not cheat, not steal money? If one can act immorally and get away with it, if, as Sophia said, the crime is without punishment, if there will be no punishment either by God, Raskolnikov is the hero in Dostoevsky, Raskolnikov maybe is afraid of God, that God will punish him, but suppose there is no God, or suppose we don't believe in God, or by our fellow human beings. I mean, no punishment from God, no punishment from our fellow human beings, nobody will find it. Why be moral? And I'll tell you a story, which is a kind of fable. It's like a fairy tale, which you find in this Greek philosopher, who is one of my favorite philosophers, and who is, let me blacken the screen black, and I write The name, you must have heard him, maybe you haven't heard him. Okay. Plato.
Hoe hebben we voor dat?
Okay. Plato. There is a book which is called The Republic, okay, by Plato. And the topic of the Republic, generally speaking, is what is justice? What is justice in a city? When a city is just, Rachel, politically speaking, when is a city, a political regime just? What does it mean to be just? And when is a person just? When does a man or a woman act justly? How? How can one act, should one act in order to act justly? So Republic. And the fairy tale in this story, I think it's about 360D, if you look at the pages, there is this fascination from ancient, if you want to find it. It's a big book. It has 10 chapters or 10 books. And then there is this guy, Thrasymachos.
I think we skip that.
Okay, let's just skip the name. Let me tell me the fairy tale. And there is a guy who tells this tale. Somebody finds a ring, okay, golden ring, and he puts it on, and he discovers that with the ring, he becomes invisible, like a magical. Nobody can see him. And when he discovers that, he goes around. First of all, he seduces the queen, okay, and then he kills the king and takes the place of the king. And he knows that with the ring, he can do anything. Steal, rape, kill, do whatever he likes. Question. If you found the ring like this, and you were sure nobody would find out what you did, would you do the same? Would you try to take advantage? Okay, maybe not kill, maybe not, want to become kings or somehow, but suppose you want to collect money from houses or, become rich and so on and so on. And if you don't do it, why don't you do it? That's the question. In philosophy, we say these fairy tales are like thought experiments. We experiment with our thought, with our thinking, which means let's put ourselves in the shoes, in the position of the guy who has found the golden ring, who travels in space and time and so on, different situations. So there's the thought experiment. What would you do, or what would one do if one could act invisibly, criminally, unjustly, immorally, do terrible things? Could he or she be happy doing that? Have a good life? Would that be a good life if you are, because the movie is showing you somebody who is like having the golden ring. Judah, has a kind of golden ring. He has a criminal brother who's a mafia leader and can arrange things for him. He's rich. He can pay for the woman to get out of the way. And all he has to stop him, Rick, is his conscience, feeling guilt. But as he says at the end, maybe guilt goes away. Yes, no.
It's not the end of his life.
It's not the end.
The end of the movie is not the end of his life.
No, it's not the end of his life. He's going to continue. He goes back to his wife. We may watch at the end, we may watch some scenes at the end of the movie where we are shown he goes back to his wife who loves him and the children, the 2 daughters, and they say, "Oh, Father, let's go." And he's calm and he doesn't seem, so we don't know. Maybe the end of his life will be in 5 years, 10 years. He's rather old, but he may live on. And question, will he at the end of the life regret and say, "Oh, what did I do?" All of us now, I'm just saying that in our lives, hopefully we haven't been very criminal. I don't know if I revealed, we're not drug dealers or something, and we haven't caused the death of young people or so on, but maybe sometimes, we have said a small lie or a big lie or kept some secret. So why shouldn't we do it?